next speaker on my list here is Mansi Sharma. Mansi Sharma. The floor is yours.
Thank you, Joseph. And what a commendable start to such a beautiful event. After hearing Madam Shesta, I hope I am pronouncing your name correctly. I feel that what all women have been doing is very, very natural to them, because they have always been defending, they have always been the protectors. So, whenever we talk of women, whether in form of nature, they are providers, say Mother Earth or Mother Nature, which we firmly believe is all about, we have always been the givers in any kind of exchange or relationship or any communication which we undertake in during our day-to-day lives. So women have always been the protectors, the providers, contrary to the popular notion that most of the people believe that it is men who protect, it is men who provide, it is men who bring safety, who bring security, and also a kind of sense of a comfort, to the lives of women. No, I would like to, completely take a different viewpoint on this matter, that it is women who have been providing. It is women who have been going out of the way, whether it be in terms of, giving birth, whether it be in terms of taking care of the children, whether it be in terms of nourishing the children with values and not just food. So women have been doing a lot more for the world, but that has gone largely unrecognized. I remember as a child in our classrooms, whenever some kind of acronym was discussed, I used to wonder if women also is an acronym. No, if it means wooed by men or vowed by men. If our worries and woes have come to us through men. No, then I realized no, it is more because whenever you have to show somebody in power, you have to show other people as being the ones who can be dominated. And this is what happened with women for ages. It is still continuing. The mindset is I wouldn't say that it has changed completely. Yes, there is a significant change in this mindset. Particularly if I have to talk about the countries, the developing countries, the region, maybe the South Asian region in particular, and also maybe the Middle East. So yes, the mindset is changing gradually, but still a lot needs to be done. And why this needs to be done is because we as women have not been focusing on our virtues, as in we have not been recognizing our worth as individuals. We rather believe in the stereotypes which have been built for us. If we have been told something, we stick to those guns and we do not think of moving beyond that. One, because there is always a fear of life. Then also, second, that women can be the respect factor associated with women, because of that they can be made, to they can be put to shame anytime, that you are doing this, how can you do this like a woman? You need to stay this way, you need to stay that way, these are your limits, these are your boundaries. Then we being sensible enough, we give upon those, the kind of limitations which are set for us, so we give in to them. And that is why probably we have not been able to reach where we should have reached by now. So women have a very particular role to play in today's times, more so because the world is increasingly becoming more and more violent. And when I say that women are protectors, women are providers, I also say that they have these intrinsic qualities which differentiate them from men. As in, they are more caring, they're more concerned, they look for the well-being of others more than themselves. And when you start looking for the well-being of others, world becomes a peaceful place to live. In our households as well, if we look at women, we see that they can do without certain things. Say maybe if the food is less, the women might prefer not eating at all, or maybe she will eat less so that the others are accommodated. And this sensibility, I wouldn't say that this is a useless sacrifice. No, it is something that teaches you the social values. These things are very important when we go in in our, so when we enter our social lives. Because why? Because society is all about bringing about a balance between what your individual aspirations are and what your what your community needs. And this is very important. Women, I maybe it is a gifted thing, or maybe they somehow, our disposition is such that we know how to balance things, and how to ensure that it is not just we who are prospering, but also others along with us prosper, and they reach successful heights. So, women in particular, I would like to focus how they can play a very crucial role in education, and also in say, peace building. So, when I talk about education, if a woman is educated, she can first of all bring about a significant change in the perspective of the family. She can teach her son, her daughter, how to become good individuals, and how to take forward, you know, how to, come out with an open mind, how to change the circumstances, how to look for good in everything. And rather than just being focused upon, educating oneself for the sake of some kind of employment. So if they are educated, they will not just nurture the family, they will not just bring about some kind of an intellectual ability. They will build an intellectual ability for the children, but also they will ensure that if in case they have a girl child, they'll ensure that she is educated, she gets an access to education, she can live life the way she wants to.
Okay.
Then,
Mama Mlada.
secondly,
Okay,
when it comes to women and uh, and peace building, as already mentioned, that yes, women have more inclination towards peace. So, mediation and non-violent communication are two core areas where women are working a lot these days. When I talk about non-violent communication is a form of communication wherein the communicator is more polite, more her everything she speaks is in form of request rather than demands. Nothing is said or done which can harm somebody, and it is in particular it is taken care of that the words, the gestures, the body language is such that nobody feels offended. This is very important because, in the name of liberty of speech, people often they transgress their boundaries and hurt others, not just with their actions, but also with the words. If you look at, the world around, you'll realize how most of the altercations or the fights which arise are about the words, the promises made, or what somebody has said or what somebody has done. If even if somebody abuses the other person, it is taken as a matter of honor. So words, the communication skills are very important, and women somehow have these caring and mindful abilities inside them. So if women are leaders in this field, they can bring about a lot of difference in the world. Second aspect of this is mediation. Mediation is wherein the two parties sit together and they talk about their conflict, they discuss their conflict and come out with a resolution on their own with the help of a third party, which is a mediator. Mediator essentially needs to be somebody who is multi-partial rather than impartial, who is inclined towards the betterment of both the parties in conflict, and also one who ensures that the both the parties get to speak, nobody feels that he or she has not been able to vent out the emotions. And this mothers have been doing since times immemorials in the households. I think even my mother, if I have a dispute with my sibling or if I have any issue with anybody, she'll just make us sit and talk. And this women have been doing since ages. So, therefore, women have a very crucial role to play in mediation, and also in nonviolent communication. When I talk about, when I look up to any kind of, revolutionary change which has taken place in this world, in fact, if I have to talk
Are you very
about
clear, please?
the very event which Madam was Shasta was talking right in the beginning, like say if we talk about the American Civil Revolution, it all began with Rosa Parks, who protested, who resisted the kind of behavior she was given, and it is through a woman that every kind of change came forward, and now America is one of the most liberal places for women to live. So this is how women can bring about a change. It is all about the energy they have, the potential they have, and even if we talk in terms of say biological composition, women are far more more in strength. They have far more strength than men, because they can, if one can give birth to a child and still sustain with life, anything and everything can be done by women. So I think women should recognize the abilities which they have, and they should come forward, take lead in peace initiatives, take lead in education initiatives, and bring about a significant change in the world. This Women's Day, I believe that it is not about just the gender gap or about inequality. It is more about women recognizing their own strengths, which they might have not been able to recognize for any reason whatsoever. So, thank you, everyone. Looking forward to listening to some very good perspectives from the other speakers. Thank you, Joseph. Over to you.